when you're a Camel, every day's hump day. But when you're our guest today, you can always say you're the 2013 State Wrestling Champion. Sir, if you would, tell us who you are.
My name is Paul Longshore.
And you are tell us your wrestling pedigree.
So I wrestled for most of my life. I didn't really take it serious until I saw the freshman year finals of high school, though, when, all the everything was, going down, all the lights went off, the spotlight was on. The crowd was going crazy, the balloons, the lights, everything. It was super inspiring to me. So I didn't really take wrestling serious until then. After that, I devoted my next whole summer. I went to Pennsylvania. I wrestled at Rob Waller's All-American Wrestling Camp for the whole summer. Took the entire summer to devote, 2.5, 3 months to improving. My freshman year, I think I went 1-2 at state. And then my sophomore year, I actually wound up getting third, and I won 6 matches. I went, and 5 of those matches were in overtime. So it about gave my mom a heart attack, to say the least. Then the next summer, I wasn't happy enough with where I was at. So the next summer, I went the entire summer again and wrestled at Rob Waller's All-American Wrestling Camp again. That's where the next year at state, I took second. I lost to Fahey in the finals. And then after that, my senior year, I wrestled. I was lucky enough to wrestle against Jace Carr. He's a great wrestler, 2-time state champ going into it. I knew there was a lot on the line, and that's when I, obviously won the state title.
And you kind of actually led me through my entire high school, or your high school results. So let's a lot to unpack there. But let's go back to 2010. You were a freshman.
Yep.
And the state finals were still at the Dungeon in Frankfort under the lights. And that's why I love including with the videos that I have when it's got the crowd scene and it's got the lights coming down, the glow sticks and all that, just because of what an atmosphere that it was. Just like, oh my God, this is awesome.
I know. It was actually I was kind of upset because my junior year, the year I actually made it to the finals, that's when they changed it to the horse park.
Yep. Yep. And what a great time to be in the finals, huh?
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't this have happened last year? You know what I mean? 2010, I've got you. You start off, you wrestle Kyle Terry in 2010. Of course, yep. Kyle goes on 2011. And the reason I bring that up is because you guys have a common opponent in the finals, and that being Jace Carr.
Yep.
What a small world, huh?
I know, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. 2 top caliber wrestlers, so.
Yeah, man, Kyle's tough. Kyle's tough. But, like we say in other videos, in any combative sport, you either win or you learn. And freshman year, there's no shame in learning. You get there, okay, now I know what's expected. I know where I'm at. I know what the bar is. Daggone it, I'm going to raise my own bar to get above the other person's bar, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it was a humbling experience. I remember I think he teched me, if I remember.
I think it says, according to the bracket, it was a fall in 47 seconds.
That's even more embarrassing. Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, it happens to the best of us. Then in 2011, you again make it to the semis.
Yep.
And guess who you're wrestling?
Kyle Terry.
You're wrestling Kyle Terry again.
Yeah.
And this time you put up a much better fight, but it ends with a fall, 3 minutes, 56 seconds. So you're in the semis, though. I mean, that's a big improvement. And like you said, you go on to get third place. You beat Brandon Burt from Trinity. You win that, like you said, by an overtime 3-1 decision.
Move on from there. So wrestling, it teaches you a lot. It teaches you hard work. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you dedication. And you can take that to you further on your career. And that's what we like to see these student athletes do.
Yeah.
So I guess
if memory serves me correctly, I think 5 out of 6 of my wins in that tournament were in overtime.
I just have your the first part of your semis and then your third place match. So we'll have to get our fact checkers on that one. But like you said,
10 years
it's been a day or two, ain't it?
Yeah.
been a day or two. So 138 pounds as a junior. You're in the finals for the first time. You're wrestling. Everybody knows who Fahey is. He's going for his four-timer. Come on. I mean, what are we doing, right? So, knowing that you're going into the finals, wrestling somebody that's going for their fourth straight championship, undefeated in their high school career. Because I want to ask you this about your because you've had both your finals. I mean, no finals match is easy, but both times you had to face a four-time or potentially going for the four-time, and then somebody that's returning for a possible three-peat. So going in knowing that, John's a potential four-timer, at least a three-timer, what's going through the thought process? I'm glad that I'm here, or I don't care if he's going to be a 25-timer. I'm not, I'm going to give it my best effort, or what's going through the thought process on that?
Yeah, well, I was definitely nervous. I mean, it's my first time in the finals, never been there before. He had been there multiple times, but I had wrestled John at LaSalle and during the summer or fall or, something like that prior. And I took him down once. So I at least knew in my head that I could take him down. Now, did I think that I was going to go out there and dominate him? No shot. I knew that it was going to be a very hard fought battle. I knew I'd have to, really put my best foot forward if I had any chance whatsoever of beating him. And there was a scramble on the edge of the mat. I think it was in the first period where I almost took him down. I got behind him. They called it out of bounds, but I should have, to me, looking back, and maybe this is just a biased opinion, but I did think I took him down.
I'll be sure to insert the clip, because I've got that match. I'll insert the clip right here. That way the viewing audience can, put in the comments, was it two or no two?
Yeah, do that. Hopefully I don't look silly, but I did think it was two. And so, like, even if it wasn't two, it still gave me that reassurance. I remember going to the corner and Mike Bandcamper saying, "Look, man, you can take him down. You can do it. Obviously you just showed it. Like, let's get it. Let's get back after it." And I went back out there with that confidence, and then Fahey made sure to crush that pretty quickly.
That's why he ends up with a major decision, 11-3, and of course, like John goes on to be one of Kentucky's select few four-timers. So let's kind of fast forward a little bit. You're in the finals as a junior, going in, and of course, 2012, Campbell County wins a team title. You guys had Austin, his review videos on there. You had Stephen. I mean, you guys just had
we had Mason Frank, we had Garth,
Mason's review videos on there. Garth. I mean, you had 4 state champions. You were in the finals as well. I mean, just a phenomenal team. It can be done at Campbell County. I mean, 14 titles, 1990, 91, 04, and 12, 30 individual. I mean, Mike Bandcamper knows how to get it done. He knows how to get the best out of his wrestlers. And you guys,
he's a great person.
Coach Bandcamper, much respect for him and everybody associated with the Campbell program now. And when you walk off the mat there at the horse park, it's a short trip on I-75 from the Fayette Scott County line to Campbell County. It's not that far. I don't know exact, but it's not the hardest trip to make.
Hour and a half, something like that.
Oh, something to that effect. It's a straight shot almost. When you leave there and you get back on the road, you kind of get home. Were you thinking, oh man, I blew it, or is it next year, boys? You better watch out.
Yeah, I knew that Fahey couldn't be a 5-timer because it was his senior year, and it just drove me. I think one of the biggest things that wrestling taught me was the almost moments. Like, I was so close, so almost, but what can I do to not feel that way again? So it's a very humbling experience, and I'm sure in life, as people go along, they have those moments where they feel, what if? The what if moments, and what if I just would have worked harder? What if I just would have done more of this and practiced this and done this? And it kind of just made me feel that. I'm like, I'm not going to have that feeling of what if. I'm going to go in there, and I think it was a month before the regional tournament my senior year, I kind of felt that feeling again. And I was like, there's no way in hell that I'm not going to go out there and just absolutely do my absolute best. And, I know that my senior year of wrestling is probably the hardest I've ever worked in my entire life. But yeah, I definitely can't. I definitely had that mindset of, I'm coming for first place. There's no stopping me. I got third, I got second, and I wasn't going to let the trend break. We would keep going up.
Yep. No, that's what I'll say. There's only one more spot to go. You know what I'm
Only
saying?
one more to
And
go.
it's your last fourth down. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
it.
got to get the first. So let's start off, though, going over your 2013 bracket, because I love going over the bracket. The first round, you're wrestling Dominique Warfield from Louisville Moore. You win that by a pin, 1 minute 33 seconds. Second round, you're wrestling Trevor Smith out of South Oldham. And it looks like, I believe you win a pin there, 2 minutes 39 seconds. So 2 matches, 2 pins, right?
Yep.
You get to the corner. You get to the quarter finals, and I believe you are wrestling, and I don't want to mispronounce this individual's name. DeVicchio, does that sound right?
Is he from Christian County?
Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're speaking of. Yeah.
So I've got a lot of people in Christian County. I'm sure somebody will let me know how it's pronounced, but again, I don't want to mispronounce. I don't do that on purpose, but I don't know how to say it. DeVicchio Matlock from Christian County, and you win that by a major decision, 17-4. Then you get to the semifinals. You're wrestling David Psalms, I believe. I believe that's Fort Campbell. So you're wrestling 2 back-to-back wrestlers out of the same county, Christian County. Kind of cool. You win that by a major decision, 13-5. So 4 matches, 2 pins, 2 major decisions. You can tell you're a senior. You can tell you've got the experience. You can tell you've been here before. Now you're back to where you feel like you belong in the finals. But, I mean, it's not a walk in the park. Like we said earlier, you faced a 4-timer in Fahey. Now you're facing a 2-timer going for his third in Jace Carr from Union County. When you're wrestling Jace, you're wrestling a returning multiple-time state champion. Basically, same thing as last year, just a different school. What's going through your head then?
Yeah, so I saw Jace wrestle Clayton Brown, and it was a close match. I think he got a takedown right at the end or something to kind of solidify the win. And I think I majored Clayton in the regional finals, so I knew that the competition level was close. I knew that it wasn't going to be something where he's going to go out there and beat me 11-3, kind of like Fahey did. And there was Blackwell, there was Irvin, there was Jace, and they were all 3 in a line, 26, 32, 38. And I knew that of those 3 that Jace was probably my best shot because, Irvin was an absolute animal. Blackwell was an absolute animal. And Jace was really good too. I'm not discrediting him whatsoever, but I knew that was, somewhere where just our skill levels were very equivalent in that regard. And so I knew it was going to be a hard fought battle. It wasn't I knew it was going in, but in the back of my mind, I knew that I could win that match. If I put my best foot forward, I wrestled my style, and, I went after it all 6 minutes, that I would be able to come out on top.
And just for a point of reference, Jace wins against Brown, but he wins a 10-5 decision. So, 5 points. And I think you said you majored him. So I could see the comparison. Hey, I made the right decision going this way. Because like you said, right. Brock and Trey Blackwell, those 3 right in a row, man, those are 3 hammers. Like you just said, man, that is something. Of course, in case you're not familiar, Brock Irvin, a 5-timer.
Yeah, monster.
Blackwell, a 2-timer. He wins it in 12 and 13. He gets to the finals in 14. He runs into some guy named David Carr. I wonder how his wrestling career turned out. And David's review video is on the channel, but Trey goes on to wrestle University of Oklahoma. So, I mean, sometimes in life you got to know what battles to try to fight, right?
For sure, yeah.
So, has it been a while since you've seen your match video?
It's been a while. Yeah, it definitely has.
All right. Now, the video that I got, it has the match, the medal ceremony, and the team trophy ceremony. So here we are at the All-Tech Arena. Second time in the finals. It's got to be, knowing this is the last time that you're going to get to represent Campbell County wearing the purple and gold.
It's funny. I actually wore the old school singlet. Everybody else wore the purple and gold. I wanted to wear the plain purple singlet because
whenever I was cutting the videos down, what is it? Austin, I think, wears the purple and gold like burst. I think Stephen does, and I think there's somebody else that does it too.
I'm sure Sean did.
Yeah, Sean Fowles. Yeah, that's right. So I seen that and I was like, well, that's kind of cool though. It's you, Brady Wells that we done the video with. He pulls out like one from the '80s for his 2017 because we've got the video of Matt Shearer from 1985, and Brady wears one of the exact singlets that was kept all these years later in his video. Or his final. So that's kind of cool. But enough of us talking, man. Let's do this. You got Rocky. Right out of the gate, man. Ready to go. Get a caution. You got Rocky and a young Jason Sidoris as your referees. Now, right out of the gate, I was noticing the way you were like fighting his head. That's something you don't hardly see a whole lot of anymore.
Yeah, it's more of a. I learned that in Pennsylvania. I think it's a very heavy hands, fighting kind of atmosphere, culture.
Yeah. No, it's a great technique. It really is, because you could tell the way it was pushing his head away. That was a heck of a way to start off. Well, and these cuts where it's going, back to the center like that, that was the way the video comes. So in case you're wondering, I didn't cut it down like this.
No, that's better.
Yep. So you guys are kind of feeling each other out. Now, was this the first time you ever wrestled, Jace?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. The Campbell County to Union County trip isn't the easiest in the world to make. Probably, I'd say every bit of 6 hours, if not longer.
Yeah, we wrestled a lot of our competition was a lot in like Southern Ohio. We didn't wrestle a lot of Kentucky teams, so.
And you're right on him, man. You're staying on him.
Yeah, my intent was to wear him down. Like I said, I was in the best shape I think of my entire life, so I knew I just had to wear him down.
Right. Now, both times your finals were at the Horse Park, a much bigger venue than Frankfort at the Dungeon. But do you remember hearing the crowd, like just how loud the crowd was, or?
Yeah, like I said, it was a lot different. It was a lot different than the Horse Park because the Horse Park was the convention center was a lot more on top of you, so it was a little bit different. But
right.
Honestly, I don't really think I remember the crowd very much.
I got you. Now, to start off the second period, you got your second caution right there. So, of course, as we know, one more, it's a point. Was it just the nervous jitters, I guess?
Yeah, I think I just wanted to be the first to have the advantage because I knew an opponent like Jace, I couldn't let him be the first to react. I'd have to make him react to me.
I get you. So he gets his one. I think you just kind of cut him loose there.
Yeah, I didn't want to give up the third caution.
Yeah, I was going to say it's. All right, stalemate. We're back neutral. What was your like bread and butter go-to takedown?
A high crotch.
I would say that maneuver right there, Jace, that takedown, I would say 98% of the people he wrestled, he got that on.
Yeah, that was close.
That was, I mean, you were able to fight it off, man. You were able to defend like you're supposed to. There you go. And he's trying for like a dump. You're able to spin out.
Yeah, that was one of his favorite moves for sure. I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was good at that. Right there, you get a takedown. So now you're up 2-1. And I believe he takes the injury. No, did you choose down right here, I believe?
I chose down in the third. Yep.
Okay. That's what I thought.
And I'm pretty sure here, because there's no riding time, I really wasn't concerned about getting turned. So I'm pretty sure I was wasting a little bit of clock here. I think he cuts me.
We're out. Yeah, because the score as it stands now is 2-1. You're on top in the third. So if he can't get a turn, man, he's got to cut you and go for a takedown to get the tie.
Yeah, and I didn't really ever get turned in high school, so I wasn't really too concerned.
Oh, really?
I think I was more clock wasting at this point than really actually trying to get away.
Man, that's
it's just wrestling IQ.
Tactic.
You got to know where you're at, how to score, and
see it. Now, so you're right. He cut you. So now you're up 3-1. He has to have a takedown. He has to have a takedown. Nothing. Nothing yet. He goes for a cowboy or tomahawk, depends on what part of the world you're in. You get another takedown, so it's now 5-1. And we'll talk about right there at the end, you held up number ones, and I know that's a Campbell County tradition. The only way you guys can hold up number ones is when you win a state championship. I've heard that from multiple people, and even Coach Bandcamper's told me that. So that's why I left that part in there. Of course, the medal ceremony. Now it looks like, judging by the guys that you wrestled, David Sams, Fort Campbell gets fourth, and I believe that was the only placer that you wrestled besides Jace that year. But still, heck of a group right there. Heck of a crew. This is Ian from Trinity coming up there. This is I love the tuxedo shirt. Styling and profiling.
I thought it was kind of funny.
LaRue County, Raimundo Perez. I think that's Coach Canner. There you are, man. There's Coach B giving you that well-deserved, hard-earned medal. So you got a state championship as an individual and as a team in high school. That's a heck of a career. And this video also has the team runner-up trophy presentation.
Yeah, I think we got second that year.
Yep, I believe St. X, if I'm not mistaken, wins it.
If I'm allowed to be a little bit biased here, at team duels we doubled them. We kind of mollywopped them, but they had 7 people in the finals, so it definitely made a difference. But I think 6 out of 7 of them lost, if I remember correctly. So we were a little.
Yeah, man, that's but sometimes, man, a good dual team is this doesn't for some reason translate for a good like tournament team. I don't know why that is, but like some of the LaRue County, they've won the state duels back before it was split, and this never could get over the state championship hump. And some teams that would do terrible at state duels, they would come in and win the team state championship there at the high school state. And you're like, man, what's the secret sauce here? What are we missing? But watching your match back all these years later, does it play out the way you remember it? Besides you winning, of course.
Yeah, I forgot how close Jace got to taking me down 2 different times, but yeah, I remember the significant things as far as the inside trip and last second headlock and obviously, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I was wasting time in that third quarter, and I remember third period. I remember all that, but yeah, it's just kind of the game. You have to be able to play the game well.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Look busy, but not do anything, right? Act like you're doing a whole lot. Yeah, act like you're doing a whole lot. But hey, believe me, I've refereed for 18 years. I know just about every trick in the book, man.
I'd get up to fall
come
down.
Up with a few, huh?
I'd get up to fall down.
Yeah, get up, fall down, move your hands, act like you're trying to do something, act like you're gonna kick that leg out. Just who knows? But man, before we wrap this one up, do you have anything you'd like to say or add or whatever to talk about your career? Like to give guys this opportunity to kind of just say anything they'd like within reason.
Well, there's nothing really personally about myself. I just want to give all my appreciation to Mike Bancamper. He's the absolute man. I wouldn't be the person that I am today, and be in the position that I'm at today, where I learned how to be much more of a man from him, and how to be a lot more responsible and accountable for my actions. And he's just helped me out tremendously. My love for him is forever, and I think wrestling is the greatest sport on the planet, just simply because of the lessons that it teaches people. And physically, I'm not gonna lie, you feel pretty old by the time you're in your mid to late 20s, but mentally, and the lessons that you learn from it, they're irreplaceable. And I couldn't have more appreciation for the people that I was able to go to war with every single weekend.
Yeah, man, we got invited up to the Campbell County alumni event. We're filming this in October of 23. The alumni event was in September of 23, and we filmed. Of course, you guys saw Jacob Holbrook, Mason Frank, Yenner. I mean, we done a bunch of videos that day, but got there a little bit early, set my stuff up, my lights and my camera and all that, and TV and all that, and kind of milled around. And whenever, like, I hate to even use this analogy, but like, now the big trend is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. They're all the time showing, Taylor Swift on the big screen. And Coach, I'm not comparing you to Taylor Swift by any stretch. I know you're going to watch this, but like it was just a different vibe when Coach Bancamper got there. Everybody was going up, shaking his hand, introducing the kids that maybe they had in the time they saw him, introducing their wife or girlfriend, whoever it was to them. And it was just cool that the vibe, the presence that Coach Bancamper brought to the whole event, and everybody was just like, oh my, Coach B's here. So Coach, again, I'm not trying to, but you have that type of celebrity status. So with the Campbell County wrestling crowd, you just do, and even the state for that matter. I mean, Campbell County, one of the most respected programs. Coach Bancamper, I mean, he's the Tony Soprano, if you will, of Campbell County wrestling, the Godfather. So it's just a great dude. So I believe that's all that I have, man. Thank you for joining us. Another camel that we're able to add. We're just about to get more than about 75% of Campbell County state champions on the channel so far, and there's 30 that we've met, or 30 state champions, and we have video I think for 24 or 25. There's a couple that we're still missing from the 70s, but it's cool that we're able to do this and get the history out there, man. But guys, that's all that I have. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on the mats.